Welcome to North Georgia Now Today. Today is going to be a very unusual day. We are short-handed. That is an understatement. We're short-handed, and I don't have a co-host today, but I have a guest who's going to be my guest co-host. He is in radio. He's very, very nervous about being on television. He's a young man that I brought on 2 years ago. Have y'all noticed a routine? 2 years ago, we brought Freddie Brackett into the market. 2 years ago, I invited Nathan Donaldson to be on the show, and he was very, very nervous. He said, I have a radio face. He is so precious. He's so sweet. He's a good kid. He's a great Christian. So he's somebody that you would be proud to have as your child. He's not out ripping the roads and drinking and driving and acting crazy. He's just a good kid. And he is still, 2 years later, a little bit nervous. Now, he was on WATC not too long ago, and he talked about then the death of Miss Joanne, who was one of the co-owners of WATC.
His bag of tapes.
Last week,
I don't know if she wants me to give it to you or her.
lost Jimmy, the other owner, and I want to talk to Nathan about that. He was there in Atlanta, and he saw what it's like to be in mass market Christian television. Christian television is one of those things. It is our God-given right to tell you the things we can tell you, but we're lucky we can do it on television. We're lucky we can tell you to pray. We're lucky that we can ask for prayers, and today we have a long prayer list. A lot of people call us with prayer requests, and we are so fortunate. Like WATC, we do the things that matter to our community. We know that you fill your churches. We know that you love gospel singing, so we try to bring you the things that matter to you. Now, I think if we were bringing you hip-hop, y'all would turn the TV off. I think if we were bringing you negative things, you would turn the TV off. You have the negative on a lot of channels and a lot of stations, but you do not have the positive. And we try to be positive. And the first time I brought Nathan in here, I said, son, just pretend you're sitting in my living room and we're just chit-chatting. And that's pretty much what we do. Today we're going to do that with Nathan, and we're going to talk about something. He has an aunt that has a very, very big need. She's battling cancer, and he's working on a benefit. We want to talk about that. That is also one of the things that ETC3 offers you the opportunity to share in your events. If you have a cancer drive coming up, if you're doing the Relay for Life, if you're doing a benefit for somebody to pay funeral expenses, that is part of what we do. And I think that's one of my favorite parts, is we are keeping you in touch with your neighbors. And it truly is neighbors serving neighbors. Now, something I would have thought by now I could have gone to Forsyth County, but I have not been able to go see Smoke on the Mountain. This is produced and directed by Ross Galbraith and music direction by Thelma Bay Cagle. You love Bay Cagle. She's been on the show several times. She's never nervous. She's one of those that's just at ease. She could come in here and do 3 hours with you. She's an amazing, amazing person. But North Georgia Acting Company proudly presents Smoke on the Mountain over in Forsyth County. It's not a far drive, you know, it's not that big a deal. And this is at the Cumming Playhouse. And for more information, call 770-781-9178. So that is something I thought I would have gotten to do by now. But have y'all noticed this week has been unusual? Did y'all notice that Freddie was real quiet yesterday? Well, I made a statement that I will never make to that man again. I said, now I've got to talk to him and let him know why we hadn't been here and we hadn't been there and we hadn't done this and we hadn't done that. So he let me talk to you. But he didn't talk back, and that just killed me. So I've learned there's not a statement. I won't make that statement again. He thought I meant for him just to hush and be here. I didn't, because I don't like it when he's quiet. He's funny, and he's energetic, and he's really good at what he does, and right now he's organizing my offices, which is really cool, because I have the place on the market to sell, and it looks like an atom bomb went off in there. So he is organized, and he is a very structured, very together, very with it person. He also minds what you say, so I'm learning. After yesterday, I ain't never going to say, now you just let me do what that ain't happening. So there won't be any more shows like yesterday. I just said before we came on the set, I said, now you need to, won't do that again. So yesterday, he was just letting me speak my piece. that comes from a movie. That line comes from a movie, and I can't remember what movie, but I bet you somebody sitting out there can. Today we're going to talk to you about the things we love. There's a little tiny, teeny radio station in Jasper, Georgia. Nathan is working there. I think it's all volunteer, which is very unusual, and funded by either donations or fundraising or whatever they do. I'm not sure. I don't know if they even do ads or not. But it is a little teeny radio station just 2 doors down from my office, and it is available to you if you live in the direct area. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the gospel music that they play. Because, you know, if they played hip-hop, I wouldn't be tuning in. If they played, I like classical sometimes to a point, but I wouldn't be tuning into that either. So we're going to talk about what does it take to get people to choose that dial on the radio. You have a lot of choices. I have XM, and I'm giving it up as soon as my contract's up because I have a lot of really good CDs. And I got to thinking about it. I'm paying, now think about this, I'm paying XM for me to listen to their music, and I own 95% of the CDs they play, and I'm like, why am I paying XM to listen to music? So people are making choices. You're making choices in life to cut back. You're making choices to save money. You're making choices to come out of this depression, recession, whatever you want to call it. We are in the year of recovery. This little tiny radio station has made it in the hardest times of economic ever. So we're going to talk to Nathan about that. Who volunteers there? Who are the people who make it come over the airwaves to you? Who are the people who get out and say, please support this tiny, y'all, it's teeny little radio station. And the wattage, I can't remember, but it's so little I can barely get it in you know, driving down the road. But if you're in this area, we want you to listen to it. We want you to listen to it. And I think they're doing streaming live, I think. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to share a little bit of Nathan Donaldson with you. He's bashful, he's quiet, he's nervous, and he's a really good kid, and he's getting better at being out in the public. When he was on WATC, I could tell he was beginning to feel that element. You know, he's beginning to say, I can handle this. And I'm really proud of him. 2 years ago, I introduced you to him. 2 years ago, I brought a young man on here who is now an RFD. Every time I turn on RFD, I see a guest that you saw first here. So we have done some breaking ground, some cutting edge. We have done some things with folks who might not have gotten on television. We gave them the opportunity. From that opportunity, they took their tapes or CDs or DVDs or whatever they did from the show they did here, and they took it to Nashville, and several of them are now on RFD. So we feel like we have been a springboard for folks who might not have been on television. Today we're going to share a young lady with you. She probably would have been on Idol had she decided not to go to college and she had decided to pursue her dream. But instead she decided to get her education. Very smart lady. And today we're going to share some of DeAnne Roland's music with you. She is a local girl. You know her, you love her. She is pretty, she's funny, she's smart, and she is going to succeed at whatever she does. 2 years ago we brought her on here. So 2 years ago we started bringing in people who have either decided to pursue a career in gospel or country music, or they decided not to do anything like that and they just went back to college. So we're going to share some of that with you today. Today's going to be a fun day. Nathan is going to spend the rest of the day with me, and we're going to share some music. He has some CDs to give away. I have some DVDs to give away. So we're going to play a lot of trivia today. You may hear some questions about things that he does. You may hear some questions about things that we've done the past 2 years. When you look at the past 2 years, we are approaching 800 programs. 800 is a big number. And from those 800, we have had some great guests. We have had some touching guests. We've had some moments that when we brought Julie Weeks on, it has to be one of the highlights of this program ever. Julie, now you can go to YouTube and you can watch the day she was here. You can watch Jimmy Allen as he performs his original song. His wife wrote it, he sings it. Great, great song that will give anybody hope. And I think that is what we hope to offer to you every day. I hope that you will turn in. I hope that you will be blessed. I hope that you will be inspired to not give up. If you live alone and we're the brightness in your day, then it's a joy and a pleasure to come into your home. I love your cards. I love your letters. I got some today and I haven't had a chance to open them. One's from McDonough, Georgia, and I have no idea who that's from. And the other one is from Ella J. So, but there are people who touch me every single day because of this program. And I want to say once again, thank you very, very much. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to our sponsors. And then I'm going to round up this young, bashful young man who has now been on television 2 years. He's done it. He made it to his 2-year mark. We're going to meet Nathan Donaldson again, and you're going to get to hear a little bit about what he's passionate about doing for others. And I think that's very important that this generation decides to help others. So sit back, grab your coffee, finish your oatmeal, Bob. We'll be back in just a minute. We're back. Okay, welcome my buddy Nathan Donaldson. Nathan admittedly told me 2 years ago, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can. I said, sure you can. You've been doing it now a while.
Yeah, it's been some time now.
Yeah, and I saw you on WATC. You did a really, really good job. Did that make you nervous?
Oh, well, not so much. The traffic was horrible.
It was.
It took about 30 minutes to get from one exit to another.
That was the thing I did not like about going to that studio. It's right off Jimmy Carter at Norcross, and you talk about traffic. The thing we have going for us, I can leave home and be at work in 17 minutes against the flow of anything. It's wonderful. So now, we just talked about Jimmy passed away 88 days after Joanne passed away. These people were cutting-edge Christian television in the Atlanta market.
Pioneers.
Absolutely.
First Christian television station in America back in the 70s.
Yeah.
They started it up.
And they loved what they did, and they loved sharing it with others. Now, we hope that their sons will carry on the tradition.
They've been talking about it, and they're going to carry it on.
I hope so. I hope so. I've always wanted to, I really wanted to buy WATC, but it's not for sale. And I don't have the big checkbook anyway.
That'd be a big paycheck.
Big checkbook. But they do offer local programming. Now, I love being there. I love being in the studio, and I love the atmosphere. It is a family situation.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. And
prayer right there before you go on. They're the real deal.
They are.
Prayer, and that's probably one of the problems that I had when I got there. We was praying, and then the title started rolling, and I sat down, and I'm crooked, and I'm all nervous, and I'm starting to sweat, and it was just horrible. But I enjoyed being on there.
Well, he had on a suit, and I've been in that studio enough to know it's hot in there.
It's hot.
And he has on this suit, and I'm like, oh gosh, he'll die. But you did a good job. Now, they broke they broke into it and opened the door for other people. Here for 10 years, they've been playing gospel music and offering to our communities gospel music and offering the preaching, and through gospel music and through the preaching, we have found that there's a market for a Christian good attitude television.
Well, that's good.
You found there's a little market for a little gospel music on your little radio station.
Yeah, we're pretty much a platform for gospel groups. I mean, or people that are having gospel singings. We have every 30 minutes after the hour, we have a spot that we announce who's going to be singing. Local groups, support the local groups, when they're going to be in the near future. So that's 30 minutes after, and we go down through it from the Joy Masters, the Bridgmans, and just support local groups.
That's important.
That's where it's at.
Well, I know, excuse me, I know there's going to be a singing, I think it's down in Hickory Flat, is it, with Joy Masters, and Glory Band Bob Reese is going to be there. Glory Band is looking for a tenor. So if y'all can sing tenor, get in touch with Bob Reese on Facebook, because they are looking, they lost their tenor, but they also have back Brian Rittenberry.
They gained a woman.
Awesome.
So there's a woman in their group.
Cool,
so
cool.
Renee Jarvis, I believe it is. So.
Well, to see Brian Rittenberry step back on stage, I can't wait. Now, you talk about faith, and you talk about a good person. His wife's been battling cancer, and last week on Facebook, he put a message on there about her. And all the hits and all the people talking about it, you know that they're good Christian folks. Because you're around gospel music, you can kind of pick out the real deals, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's pretty easy.
And it's good to be surrounded by gospel groups, because when you need them, they're going to be there. And when you need prayer, they're going to be there.
Right.
And that's the way with this television station, radio station. Prayer is the foundation of anything.
Right.
You know?
Now, you're here today because there's a very special lady in your life that you want to help. Can I see that picture of her?
Yes, she can. She
Okay.
is a sweet lady,
Okay.
Christian lady.
You said she is a very
That's-
godly woman,
Absolutely. And
and she is facing what?
cancer.
Cancer.
That is pretty much sent her home. Hospice is
Okay.
there, but we all know who's up to.
Hospice, yeah.
We all-
Hospice is just a word for the doctors to
Yep.
use. It doesn't mean the end is here. It means that the Lord has you in His hands. So there you go. Now tell me about her.
She lives in Waleska,
Uh-huh.
and she's just a country folk like us,
Uh-huh.
and she's battling cancer. She goes to church. She's one of many children. Many children. Her mother lives in Ball Ground, and that's where the benefit's going to be. It's going to be Saturday, July 9th, from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're still planning at this time, so you know, it's all up
Is
in
it
the air
going to be
right
the
now.
Ball Ground Community
Yeah,
Center?
it's going to be at the Ball Ground Community
Okay.
Center. We're planning cakewalks. Have you ever been on the North Georgia Scenic Railway?
I have not, but I want
No,
to be.
me too.
Yeah.
We're going to have 4 tickets to raffle away.
Okay.
And 4 tickets to Zoo Atlanta. And them tickets are going to be $2 each. Still looking for people to donate. So.
Okay. And people to give back. Now, do you have enough groups, or are we looking for some more gospel groups?
Well, we're waiting on Angel Spirit, and 8 o'clock is still open. So if
Okay.
anybody out there.
So if you're out there, Bill Sinyard, if you're listening today and you have a chance, you have an opportunity, you could give back to your community by coming to Ball Ground and donating your wonderful singing. Now, you're going to donate some CDs today. Tell me about these people.
They are from Lawrenceville, Georgia, and they're going to be on the program in the near
Uh-huh.
future. And that's going to be,
And it's the Westbrooks?
that's the Westbrooks family. They're going to be on July 10th at
Okay.
10 a.m. They're coming to the studio. Don't have that much, you know, have people coming in because, you know, gas, and people have church on Sundays, but they're going to
Right.
be coming in, and that's one of many people that are going to be in the studio. So
Now, do they do original music? Do they write it, or do they record other people's stuff?
a little bit of both.
Okay, all right.
It's a really
How'd
good
you
group.
meet them?
Well, they saw me on WATC.
Okay, see,
So-
there you go, opening a door to
Yep.
another opportunity. So we're going to give away a copy of the Westbrooks, and this is Love is a Cross. I love that shot. That's a pretty place. We're going to give you this. If you can tell me, I intentionally have not said the call letters on Nathan's radio station. So if you can give me the name, call us at 866-939-2329. He's been on here enough, if y'all have paid attention. Now, let me tell you about paying attention. I've got some viewers who never miss anything. How in the world I said the word February yesterday when I meant to say June, I swear. I watched the playback last night and I thought, are you nuts? I was sitting there talking about how hot it was and I said the word February. Where is my brain? Duh. But we try to give you information. We try to give you hope. We try to open you to things you can do that you can afford. There are a lot of little trips we've shared with you, and we try to give you things. And the other day, oh boy, did I get in trouble. We gave away some Chick-fil-A coupons that Chick-fil-A had given me. Well, it was for a free sandwich, but you had to buy a drink and fries. Well, whoopie-doo, you had to buy a drink and fries. And I meant, you know, I didn't say that word. So now, because of that, I'm not going to give away any more food coupons because I don't want anybody screaming at us. And I'm so sorry that, you know, it was a free sandwich, but you did have to buy something to go with it. And we try to give away everything that's given to us to give away.
Yeah.
Now, you're giving these away free. I give these away free. We give them to you, but we have these little rules. You can't win every day. So if you've won this week, you can't call in. We try to be really fair. But I didn't read the whole disclosure on the Chick-fil-A card. And you did have to buy a drink and fries, but you got a free sandwich, and those sandwiches are great. So anyway, that stopped the food coupons because once you whine and cry, then I have to end it because I don't want anybody screaming at the people here at the station because we're just trying to give back, you know. So anyway, sorry that you had to buy a waffle fry and
Free is free. Free is free. I mean,
and you got a free sandwich. So anyway, no more coupons. I'll just donate them to the needy or something. I don't know. But that kind of, you know, we give you what we can and we share what we can. And like you brought these in this morning, you could have kept these and given them away on your radio station. But we do try to give you back. But when we give you back and you won, I just thought, ooh, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
So I didn't disclose, and I should have, I guess. I should have read the whole coupon, but the manager just gave them to me, and I gave them away. So anyway, so we won't be doing that anymore. Okay, but I will tell you, if you go to Dairy Queen over here, they will give you, for the price of whatever it costs, a really good Cherie Martin Blizzard. They're not free, but they're worth having. I do still have a few coupons for Dairy Queen for Cherie Martin Blizzards. I am going to still give those away because it says clearly free. But anything else, I'm not gonna do that anymore because I don't want people getting screamed at over it.
What's in the Blizzard?
It is. Now, let me tell you about this Blizzard. And I happened to have one of these yesterday. I did really, really good at lunch. I had grilled chicken with spinach on a Subway sandwich. Did really good. And then about 2:30, I said, oh, my sugar's bottoming out, and I'm about to flake out. You need to run me to the Dairy Queen. And Freddie Brackett ran me to the Dairy Queen. A Cherie Martin Blizzard is, and I introduced some people from Cartersville to it yesterday. They said it's to die for. Wet nuts and the chocolate you dip cones in. But listen to the trick. You put the ice cream, you put the wet nuts on the bottom, you put the ice cream in, and then you put this chocolate and you let it harden a little bit, and then you just blend it. 3 hits on that blender. That's all you do. So it has big, big chunks of it. And honestly, it's sinful. It's simple. And we try to be good, but it's simple. But it's really, really good sinning. So
you drink Diet Coke during the day, and then you have that later.
I had a Dr. Pepper to go with mine. So, but the local businesses are very, very important to us. The local radio stations are very important to us. Anything local that you can keep people working. Now, have we had anybody call in about the call letters yet on the radio station? Okay. All right, so we may have to change the question if they don't know.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
East of the Mississippi, it's W's. The call letters are W's.
Right.
And west of the Mississippi River is K's.
Okay.
K, then W.
So it's W, so-and-so, and so.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know why they chose those call letters?
Well, I believe the FCC chooses it. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to say, really.
WIVL?
Yeah.
Okay.
My southern slur don't do good on that.
WIVL is the radio station, and we are going to give you a CD, but we're going to have to think of something we can ask. Okay, I'll tell you what, call me and tell me the 3 towns that we serve that have Dairy Queens. Call me. We serve 5 tiny towns. Call me and tell me the 3 towns that we serve, and you will get a copy of the Westbrooks family. And if you haven't been to our local Dairy Queen here, nice folks over there, go by and see them. We are lucky enough to have folks who support us and care about us, and we want to share that back with you. If you go to a really good restaurant, let us know. If you heard about it here on ETC3, let the folks know that, hey, I heard that commercial on the morning show. So, share that with the people that you're going to. One lady, they went to a barbecue place because they heard about it. And that's what we do. That's what we do. We're trying to share what we do with you. And then we want you to, in turn, share it back with us. If you have a good experience, let us know. If you sold a lot of stuff on Trading Time, let Rich Scott know, because he has really and truly helped the economy so much by people selling little things. And I know folks will call in, have it on the air, and before 8 o'clock that night, the items will be sold. Yep. So Sandy Daughtry knew that we have a Dairy Queen in Blue Ridge, Ella J, and Jasper, and they all make Cherie Martin Blizzard. So there you go. There's Sandy's CD. We're going to give another one away in just a little bit. We're going to go now to Miss DeAnne Roland. Now, she's local talent, and I know we had lunch with the Bridgmans a couple of weeks ago, and then they went over to the station and did a little interview. Yeah. Nice folks who we want you to support. They are from Cumming, Georgia, and Cumming's not a big, long trip. They're one of the churches that still brings in some really, really good talent. And we want you to, if you hear about it on WIVL, if you hear about it here at ETC3, we want you to get out and drive around a little bit, and we want you to say, man, I heard about that on ETC3. I think I'll check out that restaurant.
I mean, that's all it takes. I mean, we're a radio station that we're so low on the dial that you can't have advertisements. And
is that what it is? Because I was going to ask you, how do you maintain that station?
Well, we have it's not donations. It's businesses that want to get their business advertised, but it's not a commercial. It's a time slot, And
Well, like at WATC, it's called, what is the word they call?
Sponsorship?
No, it's not a sponsorship. It is a...
Underwriting.
Underwriting.
Yeah.
Underwriting, yeah. Yeah, and so do y'all have to do pretty much the same thing?
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. And I mean, it only takes 5 seconds or even less, go up to or call a business and, say, we heard you on this. And,
Right.
yeah, it keeps them coming back to us. And at least they're, getting their name out there. And we
Right.
are such a small wattage radio
Now,
station.
why is it so tiny? Because I started listening to a song as I left Jasper, and I didn't even get to hear the whole song. So why do you cover such a small area?
That's the
What
wattage.
was available?
Yeah, that's what was available. The wattage is only 200 watts, and there's a shield on our antenna, I believe, and it shoots northeast. And if we take that shield off, it's going to shoot down towards Atlanta, and there's 88.3 there. So we can't interfere with signals. So.
I can't remember. Okay, when you did when you came to the radio station as a volunteer, I was, I think, the first person you ever interviewed.
Yeah, you were.
And you were nervous, and I just sat down and I said, okay, Sunshine, we'll do this. And we did it for an hour. And you said, this was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Once you
It's getting better. It's getting better.
You get into the groove, and what made you want to volunteer at this radio station?
Well, just seeing it in the newspaper, and the Lord's used it. People say, oh, you got a ministry, I'm like, I don't know about that, I'm just here to play gospel music, and it's slowly rolled into a ministry. I mean, people will call in, pray request, and we invite you to do that. And we also invite, groups to come in. We were booked up to August, so after August, we don't have any groups, so we like to have them and support them, and sometimes we throw in some giveaways, like the Westbrooks family.
Okay. Now, when you show up at the station, what time of morning do you go on?
Well, I go on about 8 o'clock. Sometimes I get there Sunday morning.
Okay.
I get there about 7:30, and I sit around and get everything good and prepared and all that, and go on. And 45 minutes after each hour, we say the sinner's prayer.
Okay.
And we have 4 steps that we read off to reassure yourself that when you die, you will go to heaven. And that's a big question mark that goes through everybody's head one time or another. If I were to die today, am I sure that I will go to heaven? And we talk about the 4 steps, and I mean, I may never know the difference that I made or until I die and go to heaven. But,
Okay, to be your age and to care about people's salvation, do you think that's unusual in today's world?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. It's sad to say, but it might be.
Yeah. Want to encourage people, and a lot of I see it nowadays more and more. I talk like I'm, whippersnapper.
He's
old. I'm old.
Are you about 19?
Yeah, I'm 19. So
He's old.
I've seen a lot of good things.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but a lot of groups, famous groups in the pop, are involving talking in tongues and all that, and I wouldn't say it's making fun of it, but
Right.
I don't want to go into that, but
Right.
it's just there's a lot of influence, negativity out there,
Right.
and
And you got to stay away from that negative.
negative.
You got to stay away from it.
You got to stay away from
Now,
it.
we also, your family raises chickens.
Raises chickens.
So we got chicken farming going on here. I don't smell any fried chicken.
No, I don't like chicken. I don't like chicken.
I can imagine you don't. I can
No,
imagine you
no,
don't. Now, we talked about the utility bills for a chicken house. It's pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, during the wintertime, gas keeps on going up, and you know that, having a trucking business. And a couple sales back, we had $10,000 in gas. And don't think we're rich and we can afford that, by no means. I mean, we make negative.
Yeah.
And we
It's
have
hard.
that in our heart that, we're supporting America, local grown, chickens.
Can we say who
And-
you grow for?
Yeah, go.
Who
go.
is it?
Pilgrim Pride.
Pilgrim Pride.
Canty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your farm is actually over in Waleska and Salicoa Valley?
Salicoa Valley.
Salicoa
Beautiful.
Valley, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful area. There's a day trip. I have done several day trips to the Salicoa Valley. I like when we come out over in the Pine Log area. I like to go that way too. So I like to go really the back roads.
And the tornadoes just just destroyed it.
They did.
On out the road. And,
Yeah.
And we was sitting in the house, and we was like Three Stooges. I mean, we was prepared. We had the closet cleaned out. We had the mattress. Mom and our dog was safe, but me and Daddy was like, the good Lord's going to take us. He's going to take us. And it was, and it goes back to raising chickens. Dad was, the power went out, and they should tell you how much we sacrificed. We had to go up there in a tornado and cut on the power.
Oh, yeah.
And we're screaming. We're like, Daddy, Daddy, you know, and the wind and everything like that. And then we get inside the house, and
but you were all safe. So there you go.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
and very close to you, a lot of destruction.
Very close.
Very close. Well, we're going to take a break now. We're going to go to the community calendar, and then when we come back, we're going to share a little bit of music from my friend, local talent, DeAnne Roland. You know, you offer an opportunity for local talent to come on board. We offer that opportunity. If you're sitting out there and you haven't been singing on here, I've got a list now. The people who were on here who are now on RFD tickles me to death, because we love to be that launching pad. We love to give you that opportunity. If you're sitting out there and you can sing, if you've written a, you know what, I love the original songs, like Dorothy Hightower's family. I love doing those original things. When you have a talent and you haven't had the opportunity to share it, we'll give you that opportunity. Get in touch with me at Cherie@etcmail.com. Right now, let's go to the community calendar. A lot going on. Get your pad and pencil out and find yourself something to do this weekend. We're back. Okay, we're looking for DeAnne, but I want to share you something else that we did, and we've had so much fun meeting true talent, old talent, good talent. John Conley is one of my very, very favorite. And we're going to go to some John Conley music up in Hiawassee at the Georgia Mountain Fair. I have to remind you, it is that time of year. There's going to be some great, great talent at the Georgia Mountain Fairground. We will once again have some tickets to give away. We always do that, and thank you, Miss Hilda Thomason, for giving us the tickets. I am passionate about certain things. I love gospel music. I love the old rock and roll. I love sharing really, really good stories. And one of the greatest things I can ever do for you is to remind you not to drink and drive. And we did a special about Brady Singleton, and I have to say Jennifer Danner wrote the most beautiful song to share this child's life with you. We have it on YouTube now, and a lot of people are watching it. A lot of people are talking about it. And from that, we have now developed a relationship with MAD, because Ron Singleton sent MAD a copy of this. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I was a member in Atlanta years and years ago, and I want to read you something that somebody wrote to them. On April the 11th, 2000, my whole world was changed when my parents were killed in a drunk driving crash. My parents, Chester and Nellie King, had been married 41 years. All of my life, I called them Mama and Daddy. They began dating when Mama was 19 years old, and they loved each other very dearly. Now, Mama and Daddy were married on September 18th, 1958. I'm the only product of their union. Mama quit work and stayed home with me when I was born. Daddy worked hard for his family, and he loved us very much. Being an only child meant that I got the best of both parents my entire life. Throughout my childhood, I did not have to share them with other siblings and desired to be near them even into adulthood. When I decided to build my home, it was built right next to theirs, because that is where I wanted to be, right next to them. We were a close-knit family, and they took care of my daughters so that I could work. We always took vacations and went on trips together. I have fond memories of going to 2 different World's Fair, one in New Orleans, one in Tennessee. Mama and Daddy were always a huge part of my life. They were driving home late one night when they were hit. I could find some comfort if I were able to say that both parents died together instantly, but that didn't happen. My mother was killed on impact, and my father died on the life flight on the way to the hospital. Yes, they did die the same day, but not at the exact moment. After years of doing everything together, those hours between deaths still haunt me. They were the most loving and caring mom and dad, friend and neighbor anyone could ever ask for. They would do anything for anyone and help in any way they possibly could. The proof in how many people they touched was visible the day of their funeral. The chapel was overflowed with family and friends. Though it has been 10 years since they were killed by irresponsible actions, I dreadfully anticipate my 11th Mother's and Daddy's Day without them. As the daughter of 2 innocent DUI victims, I urge you to join MAD as they strive for my story not to become reality for other families. Unlike other organizations, they are seeking answers for social issues and cures for diseases. MAD already has an answer: eliminate drunk driving. Drunk driving does not discriminate, nor does it have respect for a person. We are all subject to become a victim of DUI each time we travel the roads. However, your support will help MAD. You know, when I was in Atlanta 40 years ago, I joined Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. It was a very important part of being a mom of a young baby, because you think about when you buckle that child in the seat next to you, and this was before car seats, and this was before seat belts. Think about that. Every time you get in your car, you could become a victim. So if you, as we approach the 4th of July, it is a time, there'll be a lot of people on the lake, there'll be a lot of people having barbecues, there'll be a lot of drinking going on. But if you consciously get in a car, you have the opportunity to end a family forever. Please do not drink and drive. And if you don't belong to Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, I suggest you check it out, go to their website, and think about giving back one more time. That's another way to give back. We're going to go now, and we're going to give you a little tiny blip from John Conley up in Hiawassee, and then we're going to be looking for Miss DeAnne Roland. We want to show the local talent and the good talent that we've had the opportunity to meet. Have you ever met John Conley?
No.
Super, super nice gentleman. Very, very nice gentleman who has had many, many #1 hits. I love the idea that when you sit down and talk with these guys. They're just folks. They're just like us, just easygoing, appreciate what they do and appreciate their fans more than anything. So right now we're going to share a little bit of John Conley with you, as we did the Georgia Mountain Fair.
1983, that song came out, and again, you made that a big #1 record for us, and we thank you. Some of you taking pictures and stuff, and that's fine. Let me just give you, I want to give you, a couple of tips when you're taking pictures of me. This only applies to me. Some of you spend a long time focusing, trying to make me look better. Just point and shoot, we'll both come out better. And it don't get no better than this. The other thing that we discovered just over the years is this: if you take the pictures from kind of further back, I look a lot like George Strait. Now, the further back you get, the more like him I look. So I'm just saying, I want you to be happy with your shots. That's right. Yeah, let's not push it. All right. How many people here are over 30? I'll bet Sarah. These are my people. Anybody under 30? 4 of you. You're not under 30. All right, well, a few of you are under 30, and that's good. I think some of you didn't answer because you're afraid you're outnumbered, and you probably are. But if you are under 30, here's a little song. This song is all about being on the backside, and good times coming. Making money at 30 with a wife and a son. In a short 5 years later, it all comes undone. She's gone back to mama with the boy by her side. Now I'm wine drunk and running with them all on my mind. I'm on the backside. And I got my own empty apartment. Don't feel like home. On the backside, the short side of time. Back on the bottom with nowhere to hide. That song goes all the way back to the beginning of my recording career. 1976 was the year that I recorded it in the very first session we ever did. You probably didn't hear it, though, until about 3 years later, because First time, it was our first single release, but it didn't make it until it was re-released in '79, and that's when most people heard it, because that's when it was a hit single. Same record too, by the way. It's just luck and timing. You know, that's the deal there. All right. Okay. Now we're going to do one of my favorite songwriters is a guy named Sonny Throckmorton, and we must do this song particularly today because today would be the right day for this particular song. This talks about specifically Friday night.
Slowly going out of her mind as he kicks off his shoes for the 6 o'clock news. She's getting all pretty up. Ah, she's one to boogie, and he wants to lay there, and she's got the Friday night blues. Oh, those Friday night blues, they get in your shoes and they work to get you down. Noon, dancing around with a broom, talking to the washing machine. Oh, the girl down the street says her husband's dead and makes it sound so true. Now she's feeling lonely, thinks she's the only one with the Friday night blues.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Well, we'll kind of keep the piano thing going here for this next song. This song we're about to do was our very first national #1 record, and the year that again we're going back to 1979 for this song that appeared on the first album. And if you with somebody you care for,
too many times I didn't try to hold you. I told you. Now it's time I get ready. I know to the words that I should have said long ago. Lay down beside me.
Now, John Connolly has been around for years and years and years, many, many #1 songs. Now we're going to take you to a young lady from Jasper, Georgia that possibly could have done a singing career. She really, really likes to sing. She's really, really good. She chose to go to college. So you make a choice. If you have a talent, you share it or you don't. We brought DeAnne on 2 years ago. You notice this 2-year
Yeah.
pattern? 2 years ago. Okay, let's go now to Miss DeAnne Roland.
You're not sure that you love me. You're not sure enough to let me go. Baby, it ain't fair, you know, to just keep me hanging around. You say you don't want to hurt me. You don't want to see my tears. Why are you still standing here just watching me drown? And it's alright, yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about this heart of mine. Just take it lightly and hit the road. There's nothing you can do or say. You're gonna break my heart anyway. So just leave the pieces when you go. That you can drag out the heartache. Baby, you can make it quick. Really get it over with and just let me move on. Don't concern yourself with this mess you've left for me. I can clean it up, you see, just as long as you're gone. And it's alright, yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about this heart of mine. Just take it loving and hit the road. There's nothing you can do or say. You're gonna break my heart anyway. So just leave the pieces when you go. Yeah, yeah. I need so much more than that. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's alright, yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about this heart of mine. Just take your love and hit the road. There's nothing you can do or say. You're gonna break my heart anyway. So just leave the pieces when you go. Leave the pieces when you go. Oh yeah. Leave the pieces when you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Leave the pieces when you go. Thank you.
Okay, that song goes out to all you heartbreaking, dirty dog men out there. There you go. And we've got to go. It's time to website. Tell me how to get in touch with you.
www.gagospelstream.com.
There you
find
go.
out
There
all
you go.
kinds.
Time flies when you're having fun. Thank you, Nathan. Been
Well, I
a good day
appreciate
today.
the opportunity.
Been a
Appreciate
good day, and we hope you will join us tomorrow. It's Angela's back in the house, so we will see you again only on ETC 3. From North Georgia Now Today, I'm Cherie.
I'm Nathan.
See you again.
'Cause a boy like me just couldn't help but ask.